The NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix Raceway on Sunday was unforgettable. Although he did not win, the race demonstrated that Kevin Harvick is not leaving NASCAR quietly. His dominance waned slightly, but he remained the driver for the day. So who was it that caused Kevin Harvick to blow his opportunity even though he was so close? Want to know then? Stay with us till the end of the NASCAR Zone. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Harvick, who said he was retiring at the end of the Cup Series season, showed a classic side of happy that fans have grown used to seeing over the past 22 seasons. On Sunday, Kevin Harvick was well on his way to claiming his 61st victory in the NASCAR Cup Series until a red flag waved late in the race and wrecked his chances. Although Kyle Larson and William Byron continued Hendrick Motorsports' dominance, at one point in the race, Kevin Harvick was the one who was leading the pack and setting the pace. During the final stage of the race, there was a round of green flag pit stops. When the stage was through, Harvick emerged in second place behind Larson. He began to slowly reel in Larson's Chevy. After 269 of the race's 317 laps, he took the lead. The veteran driver never looked back and led for 36 laps, building a cushion of 3 seconds to his nearest competitor with 15 laps to go until the checkered flag was waved. After a late race caution brought on by Harrison Burton, all of the front runners made their way into the pits to get new tires. As the top 6 drivers each had 2 fresh tires, Harvick replaced all 4 of his tires, which allowed him to emerge from the pits 8th in the running order. Following the restart, he was only able to save a 5th place result for himself. After the race, the driver of the number 4 car gave an interview to NASCAR.
And what a show Kevin Harvick put on, racing your way all the way to the front. Led a lot of laps there, and then you had the late race caution. When you took 4 tires, did you think that was the right call at the time when you realized the others around you took 2?
It's what I would have done. I'd always rather be on offense, and I just didn't get a couple cars when that first caution came out, and kind of lost our chance, and still thought I had a chance there at the end. I mean, those cars were quite a bit slower, but they get all jammed up, and that's the way it goes. I mean, just smoked them up until the caution. They did a great job with our Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford Mustang and just didn't need that caution at the end.
10 straight years, this man has finished in the top 10 right here at Phoenix.
Harvick, who is 47 years old, managed to extend his NASCAR record for the most straight top 10 finishes at one track to a whopping 20 after finishing in the top 5 at Phoenix. Kevin Harvick is the driver that has put Stewart-Haas Racing in the lead. Kevin Harvick, who is competing in the NASCAR Cup Series for the last time in his career as a full-time driver, is dominating the competition and leading the SHR lineup. The 47-year-old driver has finished in the top 10 in each of the last 3 races, with the exception of the first race of the season, in which he came in 12th position. Before the start of the season, Aric Almirola's return made headlines, but since then, the veteran driver has been involved in many incidents in which he has been involved in multiple car pileups. At Las Vegas, the driver of the number 10 car has only been able to finish in the 16th position at best. As a result of Almirola's lackluster beginning, Harvick was given the responsibility of guiding the team. Harvick is currently in second place at the driver's standings, 4 points behind leader Alex Bauman. Chase Briscoe is currently in 25th place, and Almirola and Ryan Preece are right behind him. Kevin Harvick is becoming more of a threat to the drivers who are contending for the championship as a result of his recent string of performances. His chances of winning a second championship would be significantly improved if he were to win a race in the weeks to come. Despite the fact that Chevrolet drivers have been extremely dominant this season, with all 4 races being won by Chevrolet teams, Kevin Harvick has maintained his position at the top of the standings. He is one of just 2 Ford drivers who are now ranked among the top 10 drivers. The fact that Harvick was able to lead 36 laps in the race's final stages at Phoenix demonstrated that his closer sense is as strong as ever. The next race in the Cup Series is going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is another track that Harvick is looking forward to seeing. Do you also think that Kevin Harvick's performance in the NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix Raceway on Sunday was anything other than a quiet farewell tour? Let us know in the comments section below. And also, do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Well, on the other hand, if we see Hendrick Motorsports dominance, the chief of the team revealed some whereabouts. After the race, Rudy Fugel, who is the crew chief for Hendrick's number 2014, said that during the offseason, the team worked on a simulation program for Las Vegas and Phoenix.
Yeah, just a little bit of everything. Specifically, 2014 was focused in the simulation program all off season. We worked really hard, especially on Las Vegas and Phoenix, because they're super important in the playoffs. And we had fresh information. So we ran out Vegas with 4 to go, and Phoenix obviously the last race of the year. You re-race them early in the year, so it makes sense to work on those. Those were most of our focus to start with, and then hope to take notes from these 2 races to propel ourselves to the first third half of the year.
After which Byron said that,
yeah, I think last year, even though we won early, we didn't really know the car or understand the car. So we were kind of just adapting to what we had, and we were just making the most of, an unpredictable situation with the entire field. Like everyone was, there was a lot of attrition in the races and a lot of just weird things that were happening, and I feel like now it's strength on strength, and it feels different. It feels like we're more consistently towards the front, and we're leading laps, and we just want to focus on our processes during the week. I think our processes this week were kind of frustrating because we didn't really get to do the things we wanted to do, and everyone was a little tired, and we did that Charlotte test, and there was just a lot going on the outside. So it was a little frustrating going into today, but it's cool to see that we can overcome those things and still get a win.
after Daytona, NASCAR's Cup Series started its western swing at Auto Club Speedway. Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch, both driving Chevrolets, led 118 of the 200 laps of the race before Busch won. Then Hendrick Motorsports took the lead and won both Las Vegas and Phoenix. Hendrick drivers won 506 of the 588 laps in these two races. Overall, the Phoenix Raceway had some debut for the season, which kind of was a change for the drivers. The drivers are becoming acclimated to a new set of rules that are being implemented for the first time this week in Phoenix. It is applicable to all road courses and shorter tracks, with the exception of Bristol and Dover. Both Martin Truex Jr. and Alex Bowman echo the common belief that the new rules have forced cars to slide a little bit more in the corners since the downforce isn't nearly as powerful. Dr. Eric Jacuzzi, who is the Vice President of Vehicle Performance for NASCAR, said that the changes were mostly driven by the cooling needs of the car. According to Jacuzzi, with the next-gen development, we initially didn't specify, between us and the OEMs, kind of what cooling capacity the cars needed. They kind of used their best guess, added some extra space, and went with that. Some of the races we went to last year had high temperatures, so along with the business world, we decided to set specific cooling requirements for 2023. On Friday, an additional half an hour of practice time was allotted to the drivers so that they could become accustomed to the new setup. Also, don't we forget that this race was the second start for Barry. In the Cup race that took place in Las Vegas a week ago, Barry, who is 32 years old, ended in 29th place. Barry referred to the situation as a strange opportunity.
Obviously, just really thankful to be doing this. It's a weird opportunity. Obviously, we're all thinking about Chase. We want him to get healthy and be back. But I'm thankful in the meantime I'll get to run some races.
So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell us in the comments what you think about the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.